Slovakia.
Can. Well, I just started, but it's all good. You can just can you get it the scriptures?
Yeah, hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah, yeah. No rush, no rush. Can. So waiting for the brother to come back. Then then we're gonna kick it off. Okay, we good, bro?
Yeah, it's just cause this is a different. You this time you didn't send a link, so I was confused.
I didn't.
Well, I clicked on it, and usually it shows a link, but it just led me to the studio.
Oh, Con.
But it's all right as long as you can still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
All right, Con, let's do it then.
All right. So, hey, first and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham Chakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect. And, okay, we're going to go into Daniel chapter 7, breakdown. Okay, very powerful prophetic book. And without further ado, you got it, bro.
Con, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 1. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters.
Yeah, you got it.
Verse 2. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heavens strove upon the great sea.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another.
Yeah, so this is pretty similar to the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had in Daniel chapter 2. You're going to see the four same kingdoms. So you got it.
This is verse 4. The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it.
Yeah, which is going into, the Assyrians, and which then pretty much, transformed into the Babylonian Empire. Okay, so the part where it says, I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, it was when, that the Babylonian Empire was, concretized. Okay, and it was, a powerful kingdom, and a man's heart is also symbolizing Nebuchadnezzar, which was the main king of the Babylonian Empire. Okay, even Daniel said that in Daniel chapter 2. So you
Con,
got it.
con, this is verse 5. And behold, another beast, a second like a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had three ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh.
Khan, which is going into the Media Persian Empire, because first you had the Medes, then you had also the Persians in it, but the Persians were stronger than the Medes. They was it was a joint governance, and these Medes, they were Japhet, and the Persians were Elamites. Okay, and when it says he had three ribs in the mouth, it represents the areas that it were controlling, that it took over, because they came from the east. So then is included the west, north, and south that they were governing. It was a huge kingdom. I believe it was 127 provinces, or 129, if I remember correctly, which provinces are states. So you can put into a comparison. You can put into damn man. Uh, yeah. Um, hey, just give me a moment, bro.
Con.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you can put it into comparison that America, okay, the US, they have 50 states, okay, but so the empire of Persians and the Medes was huge, okay, it was huge, man, okay. So
Khan.
that's what it means. Arise, devour much flesh. Have a lot of dominion over a large area. Cool. You got it,
Khan.
bro.
So this verse 6. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it four wings of a fowl. The beast had also four heads, and dominion was given to it.
Yeah. So the leopard uh, symbolizes Alexander the Greek and the Greek Empire, and those four heads are the four main generals that he had, which are Ptolemy, Seleucus, Lysimachus, and Cassander. And the main two ones of those were the Ptolemy and Seleucus, okay, or the Seleucid Empire and the Ptolemaic Empire, or the their rulership. Which Ptolemy, he was down south, in Egypt, and Seleucus and the Seleucid, they governed more north, which is the Syria region, and they had wars amongst them. And you can also read about that in Daniel chapter 11. I believe it's chapter 11. Khan. But yeah, you got it, bro.
Khan, this is verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns.
Yeah. So this is going into Roman Empire, and it used a lot of iron, and they were skilled in the military might. They used different war tactics of other nations and other kingdoms. So this is why they had that. Uh, yeah, this is why they had that military might. Okay,
Khan,
so yeah, and when it goes into the 10 horns,
I think you broke off, Ak.
Satan.
Khan.
Hey, speak for a moment. I'm gonna be back.
All right, Khan. So yeah, like the brother was saying, so for example, when it says it was diverse from all the other beasts, so before there was just like one king, and in the Roman Empire it was more like how they say, like democracy, like they were so called for the people, and they had like two political parties. I forget the names of them, but pretty much how modern day Rome is today, how America is today, because America is the Roman Empire reincarnated, if you can receive that. And the 10 horns, if I'm not mistaken, it's the provinces as well of Rome, because it conquered like most of the world as well. So I'll continue to verse 8. It reads, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things. And I believe that little horn is speaking of America, Babylon the Great, which is the Roman Empire reincarnated. Verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. So this is heavy right here. This is speaking of the Most High Yahweh. That's the Ancient of Days, and he's a so-called black man. If you can receive that, our Lord Yahweh would be a so-called considered a so-called black man. He had hair as white as wool, and that this his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. That's speaking of his chariot, I believe. So let's go to verse 10. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands miss Salakia, thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and giving to the burning flame. And I believe this is going into the destruction of America, which is soon to come. In verse 12, as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. Yeah, so all these great empires, they all have in common, the Lord builds them up and brings them down. So they rule just for a short season, just how
Khan is going.
Khan. So Salakia for the interruption, Satan messing with the stream, but we're gonna continue. So considering verse 8, because I broke down verse 8, but I didn't mention some things. So obviously the little horn is speaking of America, Babylon the Great, and the three horns that were plucked by the roots, representing the Spanish, the French, and the British, which had like control over America in the beginning, but then when America got its independence, that's when they were plucked from the root. So that's speaking of that.
Yeah, you got it, bro. We can go
So
to verse 12.
So we're going to jump to verse 12. That's where we left off. It reads, as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time.
Yeah, so that's going into these heathen nations. They going to be in the kingdom as tributaries. First they're going to have to be under us in slavery, and then in as tributaries. But they are not going to be destroyed as Edomites, as pursuing to Obadiah uh, chapter 1 verse 18. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. Okay, when Yahushua comes back, he's going to slay the beast and put order for us Israelites, and the other nations going to be under us. Okay, so yeah, that's that. You got it, bro.
Verse 13, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him.
Yeah, the Son of Man talking about Yahweh Shai, the clouds talking about so-called UFO ships. You got it.
Khan. Verse 14, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
Yeah, yeah, even everlasting life. This is what we are waiting for. This is an example of that. Before we went into, bro was just saying, work and that, and you know how it is. A plantation is, current work is a form of slavery. And then myself also, in the midst of this StreamYard, I get into this fucking mess of being vexed by Satan, on my, plantation. So we're waiting for everlasting kingdom, man, where we are free, of this fucking bullshit, man.
Khan.
Yeah. So yeah, you can read 15, 16, and then we can wrap it up.
Khan. So this is 15. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit, in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me, and made me know the interpretation of the things.
Yeah, so Daniel didn't know what's going on. Okay, so he had to ask an angel to break down the vision. But for the prophets of today, okay, of GMS on down, we able to know the meaning, the breakdown of these scriptures, okay, of these prophecies. Okay, so we have to count us immensely blessed to be in this situation, man. Okay, so we're gonna make a part 2. So lucky at this one was a little bit messy, but Lord willing, it was still edified. You want to add something, bro?
Khan, and I believe Daniel actually saw beasts coming from the earth. He actually saw those beasts. And then the
Yeah,
angel told him that they represented kingdoms.
yeah,
So that's pretty
yeah,
crazy. That must have been a pretty crazy dream.
yeah. That's why he was stripped out in the end. He was saying that he was troubled.
Yeah, Khan.
Yeah, God, he was overwhelmed. But yeah, yeah. This is for the lesson. Okay, Lord willing, it was edifying. We're gonna do a part 2, Lord willing. In closing, we want to give all praise, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham Chakadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and this on to the next one, Shalom.
Shalom.